Well, in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Today, we're here to work on part 6 together. We're going to review part 6 of chapter 2 config related to dims together. These variables include border, border radius, opacity, ellipses, z-index, aspect ratio, border thickness, and cursor. All right. As you can see, all of them are maps except for cursor, which is a list. We'll go through them one by one now. As you can see, inside border radius, there's a key value pair. Our key can be custom and the value can be fully customized. We can use any unit, whether rem, pixel, or any other type of measurement here, with any value, specific unit or percentage or anything you want. First, let's run npm watch. You can see these values are custom. All right, each value here has an output, right? For example, extra small for the border class. For border radius class radius. Dash creates for all directions TL, TR, BL, BR in state start and end, and a general state that we'll review now. Let's search. When we search, we see border radius all. For all directions, normal states. TL, which is top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, start, 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 end, start, and end creates border radius for us and a general state from all directions, which becomes radius all and our key value. As you can see, after these values, our value is placed after radius and our border with that property value is placed here and goes down accordingly. Meaning above none full. Why did we put none at the end? Because none should be applied to all of these and have a state that becomes 0 in any case. So I put none at the very bottom. The default miss is the same, you see, it has put none at the bottom. And it makes it so that if you use the full value and the class radius all none or radius t, or tar none, or any part of the key none, that corner becomes 0. And it goes down in the same way. But if you give full and then want to make a part extra small, you can't. So you need to use extra small. And set each corner to full one by one. That was about border radius. Because if we want to create a new value, we create it together in the same way as a key. For example, my key is extra large. We have extra large. I'm going to add a value. I'm creating XXL large, for example, and I want to set this value to 100 pixels. We see that it creates the class for us. XXL, XXL, oh, this should be together. The value XXL, yes. There's a bug, I need to note it down to fix it. Dash doesn't separate. Well, oh, you saw it brought XXL large for us. It seems this wasn't the bug. Hold on a second. Oh, the compiler hadn't fully compiled there, and we thought we had a problem. You see, XXL large has created 9 different states for us, 8 directions, and a general state with a value of 100 pixels. That's that. For example, I set this value. All right, let's move on to opacity. Opacity ranges between 0 and 1. As an increment, it creates a class for us. What does that mean? It means I come here to calculate for you. Let's calculate together. 1 divided by this factor becomes. So our count is 10 decimal steps. So it gives us 10 outputs. With 1 class 0, it becomes 11 outputs. As you can see here, opacity has given us 11 outputs here. It goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10, increasing by 0.1 each time. So this increment is how we go up step by step. So if I enter 25, I get 5 results. Why? Because we consider a 0. Actually, if we don't consider the 0, it becomes 4 outputs. Here are the 5. This is our main value and the 0 value. This is about opacity. Let's move on to ellipses. For making ellipses multi-line, we use ellipses. Look at the ellipses class, ellipses dash, our numeric value. It starts from 1 up to the count you define up to the number you define. As you can see here, this config has created from 1 to 10 for us. If I change this 10 to 5, it creates up to 5 lines for me. The compiler ran to give me an output of 5. This is about ellipses z-index. We define a max value and a min value for the z-index, meaning from your start, destination, and step. How is the step? How many at a time should we go up? So if you look at the z-index class, z-index starts considers our value as 0. The initial value is up to 1. It was another 0. I apologize. Our start was 0 and our destination was number 10, and if I change this to 5, you see 10. It starts from 5 to 10, meaning here. Now give us the output. So it starts from 5 to 10, like this. Now I want to explain the step to you. What is this step? Look, the step should be divisible by both max and min values, right? So I can use 2 here, right? If I use 2 or don't and use 3, it also works. We'll check that too. What does it mean to go up 2 by 2? It means it increases the z-index from 6 by 2 each time. 6, 8, and 10. I think it gives me 4 results. 6, 8, 10, sorry, 3 results. It gives me 3 outputs. If I change this to 9 or 12, if I make it 12. Okay, the amount of money? It goes up by 3 each time, giving me 6, 9, and 12. This step is by 2's, but it didn't compile. Again, it read the changes and is compiling now. And it compiled. 6, 9, 12. So if I go up by 6 each time again, it gives me 2 classes, 6 and 12. 6 and 12. This was about the step and z-index. Let's move on to aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is in the form of a fraction and a denominator fraction starting from 1, 1, 3, 1, sorry, 1, 3, 2, 3, not 1, 1. Then it says 2, 1, and it goes up like this. Let's check it together now. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Then it reaches the end of this, right? It goes to the next one, becoming 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3. So this way, when this value fills up, it moves to the new value. The step is the same way. It should be divisible by both again. For example, I use 5, then I make this 5 and this 15. The output it gives me starts at 5, 5. Compile, read the changes. It starts from 5, 5, as we see 5, 5, 5, 10, 5, 15. If I change this 5 to 10, it becomes 5, 5, 5, 10, 5, 15, 10, 10, 5, 10, 10, 10, 15. It gives me 6 outputs. 5, 5, 5, 10, 15, 10, 5, 10, 10, 10, 15. That was about the step. And we also explained the aspect ratio to you. Border thickness is the same as our border width. It starts from 0 with the MW class, beginning from class 0 to the number you specify, and you can only determine its destination. For example, I set this to 3, which becomes 0, meaning it gives me 4 output classes. 0, 1, 2, 3. Compare 0, 1, 2, 3. This progresses with pixels, and for now you can't have anything in this regard, it's out of your hands. This part isn't customizable where you can define its unit. Okay, let's move on to the cursor. If you notice the cursor, oh dear. If you notice the cursor class starts first, then based on that value, the cursor starts moving back and forth. For example, its default, pointer, text, etc. As you can see, cursor default, cursor pointer, text, move up to progress. It revolves around your value. Now, if I want to give it a new value like this, for example, if we want to give the cursor property a new value, if I want to, besides pointer, for example, I want to add the auto value, okay? I can write auto here. Oh dear, I don't want this cursor. I write auto and it gets added after progress. Auto comes after progress, now auto shows up here. Compile didn't happen here. Compile was done and you can see the auto value here as cursor auto. This was about the dims config related to dims, and end of this section. We had the sixth. Hopefully we'll be together in the next parts. Goodbye.